Hello everyone, it's George and welcome back to Call of Dragons. As dedicated free-to-play player who played this game for more than 600 days, I'm excited to share some insider tips and tricks with you. Stick around and let's dive in. Well, I have been getting many questions regarding heroes and I understand how important the topic it is. And of course, it's time for me to make the investment order video about the heroes in Call of Dragons, right? Well, there is some heroes which I think if you're gonna invest early, investment doesn't really mean that you're gonna invest your money. Investment means that you're gonna invest your saved up legendary tokens, right? So basically, every single hero has a different meaning in Call of Dragons, and I think as a free-to-play player or even as a pay-to-win player, you kinda have to understand every single hero's idea, how you want to build it, and so on, right? That's why the videos like this exist and I hope my video will be helpful, right? The first troop type which we're going to discuss is of course marksman, right? So far as you can see I have every single marksman hero, but I understand whenever you start the game you might not have all of them, right? At the beginning your choices are really limited. It's Nico, it's Kinara, it's Craig and it's Gwenwyn. Of course, I won't gonna speak separately about those heroes because I have done a lot of guides about them. But in general, I think you should not really invest your saved up legendary tokens on Nico, simply because Nico you can get from the gold keys and because of the engineering skill. I generally would not advise you to focus on Nico. Let Nico grow like generally organically from the gold keys, and at the end of the day you will at some point awaken, right? The second one is of course Kinara. Well, at the beginning, of course, my main advice would be to put all the levels on Kinara. If your main aim is to awaken at least one hero, which will be great for archers during the beginning, right? So I think at the beginning, investing your legendary tokens on Kinara is a good choice because every single skill which Kinara has is usable in PvP, right? And every single skill will be important to whenever you're gonna edit. The next one, of course, as soon as we are like moving forward for the seasons, we got new heroes. First one is Syndrion, and the second one is Freygar, right? Here, you guys might have a little bit surprised, but I would not generally advise to put too much legendary tokens on Syndrion and Freygar. Well, of course, like try to unlock them. I always prefer to unlock every single hero. Of course, try to unlock them and make them like 5111, 5111. That should be enough, right? Like for example, for Syndrion in Marksman Rally Precision legendary hero, right? Especially for free-to-play players, I would not advise you to put levels on here because rally heroes are not basically for free-to-play players. If you are a pay-to-win player, that's a totally different topic. You want to have another rally marksman hero, right? But for free-to-play players, well, you can see here second skill is a siege and stronghold skill, and you generally don't want to put levels on here if you want to utilize your maximum potential as a limited funds player, right? Well, pay to win players, of course, you can go for it. Well, you can go for it for every single hero, right? Freygar, well, Freygar, kind of same story. Unfortunately, we have a peacekeeping skill, which is not really good for us, right? Peacekeeping is not amazing. I wish, of course, peacekeeping was not available for Freygar, but well, it is here. That's why I would miss putting a lot of legendary tokens on Syndron and Freygar. I would at least make them 5111, 5111, and that should be it. The next target, which is really important for everybody to understand, is Magrot and Zaida. So this hero pair, both of them actually, let's speak about first Magrot. Amazing hero pair for a free-to-play player, for pay-to-win player. And why, right? The Garrison skill is only 4th skill, which means we can actually upgrade all these 3 only for PvP, and that's already amazing, right? Of course, Garrison, whenever, well, if we're gonna decide to have Magrot as our main Garrison hero, or as a free-to-play players, of course, we're gonna unlock it and add some skills later. But so far, we are speaking about open field. And I think it's important to know that only three skills is workable on open field, and all of them are really, really great. The next one, which one is the Zaida? I think that's like even more important to add levels here, right? PvP hero, every single skill is usable on the in the field, which means every single additional level will be important for you to add on Zaida, right? And I think in general, like most legendary tokens, as a archer player, should be gone to Magrat and Zaida. And trust me, guys, you will have a lot of fun, lot of merits, and a lot of great gameplay. I think it's pretty simple. Don't go for Nico for your legendary tokens. Don't add too much on Syndrian. Don't add too much on Freygar. Focus on Kinara during the beginning, then go all in for Magrot and Zaida. That's it basically for the marksmen, right? And next one is really important, the troop type which have been meta since the season 2. Of course, we are speaking about infantry, right? And here for infantry, we have couple of choices. During the beginning, we have Garwood, Nika, and Madeline. Garwood and Nika, I would not advise to put tokens here because you can get them from the gold keys, and by just simply playing the game, you're gonna have more levels on here. Plus, Nika is peacekeeping and Garwood is garrison, right? The legendary hero for infantry players to add some levels and some tokens, which you guys, I'm sure, saving up, is Madeline, right? Madeline during the beginning will be the most important infantry hero. That's why, in my opinion, having Madeline with the high levels is really, really important. Especially the second skill, 15k extra troops, is really, really great. After that, the most important thing starts for infantry players, right? We have Goresh and we have Skogul. Basically, Goresh and Skogul is kind of same for marksmen as Garwood and Zaida. My idea would be to get Goresh first 3 skills on level 5, and then go for Skogul, and every single skill for the Skogul will be important for the open field because it's a PvP hero, right? That's the beauty of Goresh and Skogul. If you are infantry player and if you want to have the most important infantry hero pair, go for Goresh and Skogul. Well, if you're gonna have Madeline Awakened, Goresh and Skogul Awakened, trust me, you are already great. Every single alliance wants to have you in their field, right? The next one is of course Danfel and Mogro, newest heroes. And first of all, I would say for the free-to-play players, don't go for Mogro. Mogro is not free-to-play friendly hero. That's more for pay to win, right? Let's Garrison infantry skill hero, while Garrison and Rally is not mainly for a free-to-play players or tier 4 players idea. But for Danfel, well, if you already have Goresh like 555 and you have Skogul Awakened, the next hero which infantry players should be working is of course Danfel. Simply because yet again, same strategy, every single skill is usable in the open field, so every single skill additional level will be important for your gameplay. So basically it's really easy for infantry. Beginning focus on Madeline, then go all in for Goresh and Skogul, and the next step should be the Danfil, right? Of course, next troop type was kinda hard during the couple of seasons of Call of Dragons, but then after Army Group was created, Cavalry got new love, right? So basically, when we speak about Cavalry, we need to understand that there is a two style, right? Basically, one style is whenever you are playing Cavalry with 1 or 2 hero pair, and the second style is whenever you are playing with 5 marches. 5 marches is different. We need to have all the speeds synced up, so you will be moving like a one hero pair and dealing damage together. So basically, I won't gonna speak about 5 march style. Let's speak about solo gameplay for cavalry players, right? At the beginning, you have a couple of choices: Emrys and Bakshi, already great choice. Well, if we're gonna have to choose, I would go for Emrys. Awakening Emrys is a great idea. PvP hero, every single skill usable in open field, and that's basically even better because, well, you're gonna get Emrys from the gold keys, plus every single skill you're gonna add, you're gonna make your power higher, right? The next step, I think, the next hero for cavalry players to put the levels and spend some legendary tokens is Forondil, PvP hero, especially great with Forest Eagles, and I think For 5 March, Forondil Kinara is great with Berserker Frederick. That's another style for the Forondil, right? And of course, we're gonna have couple of choices here at Obin and Theodore. Well, if you are tier 5 player, mainly pay to win player, of course, you're gonna want to have Rally, Cavalry Hero, and Garrison, right? But if you are a free to play player, I think you're gonna kind of prefer Urag, another PvP hero. Basically, as a free-to-play player, you care that every single level of you're gonna add on your hero, and you want to make it more important, right? That's why you want to understand that every single skill have to matter for you, basically. That's why I always advise to max out the PvP heroes rather than anything else, right? So basically, for cavalries, Emery's Forondil Urag, great choice. If you want Garrison hero, Theodore is here. If you are tier 5, of course, Obin can be rally hero, which is pretty nice, right? The next one and the last one for our video is, of course, mages, right? The most popular hero troop type in the game for a while, and here also we have some choices. First of all, we need to say if you have Lilia, try your best to awaken Lilia as soon as possible because well, Lilia is still the strongest hero in the game, right? Especially Awakened Lilia, right? Awakened Lilia is just OP. If Lilia is not awakened, I'm sorry, Lilia won't gonna be OP. Well, that's for pay-to-win players, not free-to-play players. For the free-to-play players and some pay-to-win players, I would advise to go for Wellin. Wellin is one of the best mage heroes. Well, PvP hero, every single skill is usable on the open field, and the skills are simply amazing, right? Plus, dealing damage to multiple targets is the best thing which a mages kinda have in the open field, and I think having a hero which gonna deal damage to multiple targets with the high levels is great idea. Next one we have choices, right? We have Bertrand and Tohar. In my opinion, Bertrand and Tohar is kind of same as Sindron and Freygar for archers. I would not really advise to put too much levels here, but if you still want to do it, I would prefer you to put levels on Bertrand rather than Tohar, right? Another Garrison hero. Tier 4 players, I'm sorry, it won't gonna be great Garrison. Well, it won't gonna be great choice to put levels on Garrisons if you are tier 4. For tier 5, different choice, different topic. Awakening Tohar is great choice, but yeah, like you need to kinda be tier 5 and pay to win player. For free to play players, Bertrand, every single skill will be important, not a bad choice. But still, if you're gonna ask me, I would actually skip Bertrand and Tohar. I would, of course, try to acquire them, but simply I would make 5-1-1-1 and 5-1-1-1 just like I have. The next one, which is Stalia and Thandalin, right? The newest mage hero pair. Basically, I think this hero pair is amazing. It's one of the great hero pairs we are currently having in the game. Of course, like it's new and not a lot of players are used to it, but Thandalin with Thea is just too perfect. In from if we're gonna compare both of them, well, Thalia 555 will be enough. It's kind of Magrot, only fourth skill is for the rally, so basically we're gonna make 555. We already have a great hero with a great skills. Sandalin, well, magic, dealing damage to multiple targets, PvP hero. We're gonna try to make 555, and then well, if we're gonna have some legendary tokens, awaken her, right? And one more important thing for the mages, I think we need to understand that doesn't really matter which kind of type player you are, you want to have Thea, right? I'm not saying just put up as much tokens as possible on Thea, but always remember you can use Thea with almost every single hero which is in the game, right? And that's why, well, I have never put any single tokens on Thea, and she's already 5422, and I'm kind of close to giving her one more level. So don't forget Thea. She's really important, she's great, she can work with everybody, right? So basically we understood, right? PvP heroes are mainly the ones we want to put levels on. Who are tier 5, try to have at least one garrison hero, and I'm not really sure if for a free-to-play player rally heroes are that important. But of course, Goresh is just Great. I hope you guys understood more about hero investments, even for pay to win players, and of course for free to play players. If you did, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more videos for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning, and night. We are going to see each other really soon. Bye bye and good luck.